Welcome to CareLink SF, eClinical Works, EMR training, behavioral health clinician workflow. There are two ways of documenting a behavioral health clinician visit. For scheduled appointments, you'll be documenting the visit on a progress note. And for non-registered, non-billable visits, you'll be documenting your visit in a telephone encounter. First, we'll go over a scheduled visit, which you will access from your office visit screen. This is your office visit screen. This will be the default screen every time you open ECW. Your scheduled appointments will appear on this screen. In ECW, appointments are scheduled under Resources, so you'll need to select your resource to view your schedule for the day. To do this, click on the ellipses next to the Provider/Resource box and select All Resources from the drop-down. Select your resource and then click OK to view your schedule for the day. The Visit Status column will show you when patients have been registered and have been checked in, which is noted by the green Arrived Visit Status. Behavioral health appointments must have a reason titled BH and one of the following: therapy, group, crisis, BA, outreach, or other. And behavioral health assistant appointment reasons must be one of the following three. Next, confirm that the PR column is populated with the appropriate appointment provider. If the appointment needs to be updated, from the office visit screen, place a check mark next to the patient, select the caret next to View Progress Note, and select Change Appointment Provider/Resource. Then click the ellipses and search for yourself as the appointment provider. Now check in the patient by clicking Check In, Check Out at the bottom of the screen and click Check In. Update the visit status here by clicking on the ellipses and select Other Provider. Now double-click on the patient to open the progress note for today's visit. The first thing that you'll notice is the patient's dashboard, which will consist of some basic information such as the patient's name, address, PCP, preferred language, and if a translator is needed. The patient hub functions may be accessed here. You can also view and merge patient's medical record information from the right chart panel. Click on Overview to access Problem List and Medication Summary. DRTLA to merge results and view documentation. Now we'll begin the workflow. This workflow example is not specific to any clinic. Clinic roles and workflow process may differ from clinic to clinic. You may complete this documentation after your patient leaves. First, you'll merge and complete the appropriate template for your visit. You'll find a list of your saved templates in your right chart panel by clicking on Templates. For behavioral health clinicians, you'll use the PCBH Behavioral Health Clinician Note template. And for behavior assistants, you'll use the PCBH Behavioral Health Assistant Note template. If you don't see the template you're looking for saved on your right chart panel, you can add it by clicking on Templates from the bottom of the screen. Type the name of the template you're looking for and click Go. And select the template and click Add as Favorite. Your template will now always be available for you on your right chart panel. To merge the template into your note, click once on the left-facing arrow. I'll go through the Behavioral Health Clinician template first, which will populate the HPI section of the progress note. To complete the template, click on the green heading. Complete each line as needed. Click into the box to access a drop-down with pre-populated answers. You can also free text in the Notes column if you'd like. Click Next to move to the second section of the template and complete each section as it pertains to your visit. The Behavioral Health Assistant template is completed the same way. Merge the template, click on the green heading, and complete the template according to your visit. Click Next to move to the next section of the template. From the left, you can click on any options for the BA note to add this to your note. You may also free text on the right. Behavioral health clinicians and assistants will type their subjective, objective, and plan notes into the HPI section of the note. To do this, you'll click on the blue HPI link, and in the Notes section, type your notes. When you're finished, close out of this window and your notes will be saved. Next, add your assessment to your note. Click on the blue Assessment link. Ensure that the Smart Search is selected and that there is a check mark in the Use ICD-10 box. For behavioral health assistants, type the assessment code of Z65.9 and then click Go. Click on the search results to add the assessment to the selected assessment box below. For behavioral health clinicians, type your assessment in the search box and then click Go. Click on the diagnosis from your search results to add it to the note, or you can click on the blue link to increase specificity of the diagnosis. Type any notes related to the assessment or assessments in the Notes section of this window, and then click on the X at the top of the window when you're finished. Next, click Visit Code from the bottom of the note, click Add CPT, select Psych from the left-hand side, and choose the appropriate CPT code for the visit. For behavioral health assistance, you'll use the 05094 non-medical visit, This completes the progress note documentation. When you've finished all your documentation and within 72 hours of the visit, you'll need to lock your note by clicking the caret next to Lock and choosing Lock Modern 3. Here's a preview of a locked note. If you would like to assign the progress note to another provider to review, click the caret next to Details and change Assign to. In the drop-down next to select the provider you would like to assign the note to. Any behavioral health-related documents containing potentially sensitive information should be scanned and uploaded into Patient Docs, into Clinic Notes, in the file titled Behavioral Health. Now return to the office visit screen by clicking the S jelly bean to check the patient out. Click Check In, Check Out again at the bottom of the screen and click Check Out. You'll also need to check the patient out of the resource schedule by clicking Resource Schedule from the left-hand side. Double-click on the patient's name. As a side note, in this window, you can update the initial reason for the visit by clicking on the Reason box and typing a new reason. Then update the visit status to Checked Out. This will update the patient's status to an orange Checked Out in the resource schedule and also in the office visit screen. Next, I'll show you how to document non-registered, non-billable visits through a telephone encounter. First, to create a telephone encounter, you'll need to look up the patient by clicking on the Sherlock icon at the top of the screen. This icon is available from any screen in ECW. Search your patient by name or by MRN number and click OK. This will open the Patient Hub. Click on the New Telephone Encounter button to generate a telephone encounter. Here, in the Reason field, type BH and one of the following. The Provider field will be populated with the PCP. Licensed LCSWs can click on the ellipses and update it to themselves. Otherwise, you can leave it as a PCP. Now click on the Virtual Visit tab to begin documentation. Click on Progress Note to expand the virtual visit. This will open a window just like a progress note. On this note, you'll merge and complete the appropriate template, either the PCBH Behavioral Assistant Note or the PCBH Behavioral Health Clinician Note. Click on the green link in the template to complete documentation. Click Next to move to the next section of the template. To type any additional notes, click on the blue HPI link and type in the Notes section. Close out and your notes will be saved in the telephone encounter. When you've finished all your documentation on the note and you do not need to assign the note to anyone else, click the caret next to Lock and select Lock Modern 3. In the case that you would like to assign the encounter to another provider to review it, do not lock the note. Scroll to the top of the note and click on the blue telephone encounter link to return to the front of the telephone encounter. Here, you can change the Assign to the provider you would like to review the note. Addressing the telephone encounter is the same as locking it, except you won't be able to assign the note to another provider. So leave the telephone encounter as open and click OK to close it. This telephone encounter will now show up in the provider's Jelly Bean. Thank you for watching the Primary Care Behavioral Health Workflows. For questions or suggestions, email us at carelinksftraining@sfdph.org.